Good afternoon, fellow YouTube viewers. Belchy90 for another YouTube video, and today I'm going to talk about the WWDC 26 conference that happened yesterday, where we find out iOS 27, Mac OS 27, iPad OS 27, Watch OS 27, and all the other versions that are coming out. So we'll just click here, explore previews. So they haven't released any new devices, but the sad thing is there is some devices that will be drop support. And you want to expect where those are. So we'll explore. So you got the whole overview. We'll look at the overview and then we'll have a look at everything. So, introducing Siri AI, truly helpful, truly yours. So iOS 27, iPad OS 27, Mac OS 27, Watch OS 27, Vision OS 20. Siri AI is coming in English later this year. So that might make sense why a lot of Apple Watches lost support. It's due to AI. So new Siri AI, even more capable AI assistant with expanded intelligence to be more helpful. Type or talk naturally with Siri AI to find what you need and get more done. Next generation Apple Intelligent enhances the app you use most, like Photos, Messages, and Safari. Search and take action now with visual intelligence now on even more devices. iPad. Go back for a sec. On iPad and Apple Vision Pro. New intrusive child safety features to help make it easy for parents to protect kids on the devices. Executive setup improvement across platforms to make your experience even more responsive. So just pretty much security patches and fixes pretty much from iOS or the previous 26 version. So you got your AI, Siri. So your AI assistant, more personal, more powerful. Siri AI is powered by Apple Intelligence, even more helpful than ever. Get more done every day with the richer answers, natural conversation, and a new dedicated app. So Siri AI is coming in English later this year. So just ask Siri. So, powered by Apple Intelligence, Siri AI is your conversational AI assistant with entirely new capabilities. Ask open-ended questions, brainstorm ideas for work or creative project, and engage in natural back and forth conversations. Siri understands your personal context. Siri AI can find relevant answers to what you're looking for just by asking. Search for a photo from years ago, easily locate an email buried in your inbox, or pull up details from a note you saved. Take action in more apps. Siri AI can take actions in apps like messages, music, reminders, and more based on what you're doing in the moment. Quickly edit a message you just sent or add a song you hear in the car to your workout playlist. Tap into broad work knowledge. Ask about virtually any topic that's on your mind, or important facts to recipes and travel recommendations. Siri AI can reference information online to give you detailed, up-to-date insights. Introducing the Siri app. A dedicated app brings together all your conversations in one place. So you can ask a question on your iPhone and pick it up where you left off on your iPad. You can also pin conversations for easy access or start a new one. Apple Intelligent in apps, helpful in all the right places. Express yourself with photos, images, save time with Safari, and get more done with Apple Intelligence seamlessly integrated into your everyday apps and experiences. Next level intelligent photo editing. Reframe a photo after it's been taken with spatial reframing. Expand your shots with the extended tool and remove even larger objects with the enhanced cleanup tool. Express more with Image Playground. Create unique, high-quality images in just any style, including photorealistic. Modify and transform your images with just a description or by using touch for endless possibilities. Safari works smarter for you. Now your tabs can automatically group into topics so relative pages are easy to find, and Safari notifies me monitor pages for changes, for example a price change or restock and alert you when it's time to act. Fix passwords with a tap. The password app alerts you to weak or compromised passwords and can update them on your behalf without the hassle. Get things done with suggestions. Messages and mail offer suggestions to help you take quick actions based on contents from your conversation. Add a calendar event or search for a photo with just a tap. Get relevant information while on a call. Call contacts can proactively surface relevant information from across your apps when calling a business, like a confirmation code from mail when you call an airline. Describe a shortcut. Automate daily tasks with a simple description and just describe what you need, and shortcuts connects actions across multiple apps to get it done. This is probably the biggest feature coming to the new Apple versions coming out later this year is child safety. Committed to building a safe and trusted platform for kids, and I believe this feature will be handy, especially in the educational area where you use Macs and iPads, and businesses when it comes to using iPhones and stuff as well. They can put these features in and lock them out. New extended child safety features help make it easy for parents and guardians to keep kids safe online. Set a foundation in Setup Assistant. Parents can choose exactly which system apps their kids can use. They can select a few essential apps, a recommended set, or specific ones they want, and with Ask to Buy, parents can add more over time. Appropriate new websites. With the new Ask to Browse, kids must request permission to access new websites. Parents can take a closer look at their requests in messages before approving. Help them communicate safely. Communication safely helps protect children from viewing or sharing nudity in messages, FaceTime, and more. It now also intervenes before children see gore or violence in shared images and photos. Time allowance and schedules. Parents can set time allowances across categories like entertainment, games, and social media. We provide parents with guidance for setting time allowances that is based on a child's age and develops with clinical and child development experts. Parents can always adjust these allowances based on what's best for their child, and schedules let parents choose which apps are available to their child at different times or days of the week. Intuitive, easy to use controls with an all-new design makes parental controls in settings even easier to use. At a glance, parents can check their kids and have they been using their devices. Just as quickly access in the moment with just a tap. iOS improvements. Every little detail made it all delightful. Discover a ton of refinements that make your devices even more responsive, reliable, and delightful to use. Design refinements. Update to liquid glass ensure exceptional readability with more uniform refraction and improved contrast. And a new slider lets you easily customize how liquid glass looks, from ultra clear to fully tinted. Faster performance. From a faster iPhone and iPad app launches to quicker AirDrop transfers, improvements across your device make the things you do feel more responsive than ever. Send indicator in messages. Send photos and videos in low bandwidth situations without slowing the rest of your conversation. Text messages will continue to stand, and a new send indicator lets you know exactly what's been delivered. Smoother network transitions. Your iPhone and iPad more seamlessly choose the best available Wi-Fi or cellular connection, so whether you're getting directions as you leave home or taking a FaceTime call as you step off a plane, you'll stay connected. There's more to explore. Improved iCloud Share albums, so it's easy for friends and family on Android or Windows to join and contribute their own photos on iCloud.com. Share albums also add support for full resolution sharing and new ways to filter and react to photos, invite others to share an album. Enhanced flyover in maps. Flyover now uses aerial imagery combined with visual intelligence models to render anything from architectural fixtures to shapes of individual trees and standings and sharp details. See, that feature I'll find will come in handy with for me, especially on my iPhone when I'm doing my delivery runs. I can, if I've got to go to a rural property, I can use this feature to have a, okay, so can the truck fit in here? Can I turn the truck around safely? Just little things like that. So I find that'll be a handy feature I will probably use a lot on my phone. Hopefully the iPhone 15 gets that feature. AirPods Custom EQ. You can further personalise how your AirPods sound by adjusting the lows, mids, highs in AirPod settings. Smarter Home. Apple Intelligence in the Home app unlocks new capabilities like intelligently combining relative activity notifications, describing what happens in the selection of HomeKit secure video footage before you watch. Use AI to search for a clip based on what happened. Support HomeKit secure video cameras can now stream and record in 4K. Perimenopause and menopause support. So this is the health app. I probably butchered saying all that stuff. Cycle tracking in the health app can provide notifications when you log cycle patterns are suggestive or premenopause. You can track related symptoms and find support with educational resources. Turn your panoramas into spatial scenes. Set a panorama photo as your environment and surround yourself with moments that's personal to you. Preview a spatial scene. Now you can pull 3D models from Mac Virtual Display on your space and preview and edit them in real time. So you got the developer. So what I'm going to do now, we're going to have a look at iOS. So there are the features. It's pretty much it's interesting what devices get support on these different OSs that are coming out. You're going to find iOS is going to be very surprised. People will be surprised by this one. I was not surprised, to be honest, when they said, when I heard the rumors that it's just iOS 27 was just going to be like improvement to, refine improvements over iOS 26. So pretty much, here's what it looks like on an iPhone. So they've probably used an iPhone 17 here because obviously the 18 isn't out yet. So Siri mode in camera. Start a virtual search from your viewfinder. So I'm guessing that's going to be, I'll say the iPhones that support Apple Intelligence probably gets all that feature, and you get improvement to liquid glass. So you got AI on your phone, which we looked at in the overview section, as you can see. Obviously you can edit the photos, which we also had a quick look read in the overview. Child safety, which we also did the same thing, but shows you iOS improvements. So you get so you get icon design refinements, which is probably a good thing. So you get Gym Kit on your iPhone, comes to iPhone and AirPods Pro 3. So this is where you're going to find the interesting thing. So pretty much all devices that run iOS 26 will get the update. And everyone was saying, oh, the iPhone 11s will not get this update. And I believe they were wrong. They would have dropped support for, I think, the SE 2nd gen and the iPhones 11, but I believe because this is the Apple announced this as an update to improve, to enhance issues that happen in iOS 26, that I reckon all devices would have got this update. And I got an iPhone 15, so I will get the update. I do not plan on getting any new iPhone anytime soon because I just spent money and put a battery in it, and I feel like this is where Apple is really, I think, ahead of Android, and people are going to say I'm wrong, is support cycle. You could buy a brand new device and you could probably get up to between 5 to 7 years of software updates and support and security patches, which is quite amazing. Go to look into Mac OS. So it's called Mac OS 27 Golden Gate. which is quite an interesting name for an iOS version. So you got new Siri AI, which we had a look in the overview. So this is the first version to only support Apple Silicon Macs too. So no Intel Macs, I believe, get this version of macOS. Which, if you watched the keynote last year, Apple did say macOS 26 Tahoe was the last version to support Intel Macs. So you think about it, this is like if you go back to over 15 years ago with 10.5 coming out, which was the last Apple release that supported PowerPC Macs. There was a beta version of 10.6 for PowerPC, but they dropped it. So as you can see, you got the AI assistant more powerful, so you can just ask Siri AI. Siri understands your personal content, create, tap into a broad world of knowledge, introducing the Siri app. So this will have similar things. I believe I'd say this will be on all the Macs because Apple Silicon. But my question is, with the drop of with Intel Macs, I'm curious to see how the patch is going to work. Because you've got no Intel Macs to base these versions off. You're going to have to try and emulate Apple Silicon on an Intel. Excuse me, which could be quite interesting. So you got the Apple Intelligent in apps, so you can do Safari works better, passwords with a click, next level intelligent photo editing, express more with Image Playground, describe a shortcut. But I wouldn't be surprised Apple might let third-party apps use some of these Apple Intelligent features. You've got the child safety, which is on all devices like that support iOS 27 or macOS 27. Same thing here, they've improved, they've just little improvements to the UI, and it actually looks, to my opinion so far, it looks a lot better than it does in 26, which needed that little bit of polish. So, and so much more. So I'll read these points because this is probably what. So you got better accessibility. So VoiceOver gets new compatibilities for understanding on-screen content, including richer image descriptions. A new capturing feature automatically generates synchronized subtitles for any video you watch, and it can even translate existing captions into other language. Describe an event, add to calendar, add and edit events on your calendar with just a description. Is you edit the description to change a lunch meeting to a coffee chat, and the calendar app just the details. Ultra wide display support. Now you can get high resolution ultra wide displays such as 5K at 120 Hz, and your display arrangements stay exactly as you left them for seamless experiences every time you plug in. Improve iCloud shared albums. It's easier for friends and family on Android or Windows to join and contribute their own photos on iCloud.com. Shared albums also add support for fully resolution sharing and new ways to filter and react to photos and invite others to share an album. Get things done with suggestions, messages, and mail offer suggestions to help you take quick actions based on context from your conversation. Add a calendar event or search for a photo with just a click coming in English. They're all coming in English. Get relative information while on call, which we had a look on the overview. Enhance flyover and maps. Update a video podcast experience on a Mac. So pretty much they all support them. So the MacBook Neo, MacBook Air with Apple Silicon, MacBook Pro with Apple Silicon, iMac with Apple Silicon in 2021 or later, Mac Mini with Apple Silicon 2020 and later. So my Mac Mini M1 will get this update. And I believe, from what I heard, there's going to be a couple more updates for the M1. I'm not sure when Apple will drop support, but it'll probably just happen whenever the... But from my experience using my M1 Mac Mini, it's still a pretty decent machine and it performs very well. I do video editing on it all the time, 4K in Final Cut Pro, and it still handles it fine. The system's still pretty smooth. I haven't got the latest Mac OS on it. I've only got 10.14, I think, Simona. I know, one of them I can't pronounce. So that's all the devices supported. So you pretty much it's all Apple Silicon. So if you've got an Apple Silicon Mac, you'll be getting this update. If you have Intel, unfortunately, guys, you won't get this update. You can look at upgrading, but I wouldn't stress too much because you'll get an extra So you'll get a 3 years support after. So your 1 year, mate, and you'll get an extra 2-3 years support on top of that. So you can start saving up for an Apple Silicon Mac of your choice if you want to get a new one. Or you can look at Linux, just operating system deployment, which you'd be surprising how well they do run on certain Macs. So the iPad. So what's new for iPad OS 27? It's going to be pretty similar to what's on the iPhone. The UI-wise, slightly different UIs on certain apps, but mainly you get the visual intelligence, like more about virtually anything on screen. Same with allowed apps. And this is where the iPad would probably use this feature more, because you'll see there's actually a lot of iPads used in the business department and also schools and the education. So you got Siri on your iPad. So what we looked at before. So same with what was on the iPhone and Mac OS. Same here, child safety, so you can add restrictions and stuff like that. So you get I'm just showing you quickly because the UI is pretty much the same, but it does look different on certain versions. Same here, so the redesign, like refinements to liquid glass. One thing I would like to see Apple add in the future is give you the option to put classic themes on it. So like the iOS 6 look, the iOS 3 look, and the older iOS 7 look, and stuff like that. So it gives you more customization, photo slideshow. So pretty much most the same here that was in the Mac. So these are what it's compatible with. So iPad Pro M4. So I really wish they've set this out. My problem with this Apple is you've confused a lot of people with what iPad versions get this update. I really wish you would have said iPad Pro, such and such model later. But you've made it all confusing. You got the iPad Pro M4 and later, iPad Pro 12.9 inch 4th generation and later, iPad Pro 11 inch 2nd generation and later, iPad Air 13 inch M2 and later, iPad Air 11 inch M2, M3 and M4, iPad Air 11 inch 4th generation later. So people keep thinking the M1 is not getting an update, but it actually is, because it's classified for the Air as the 4th generation, and the Pro is the second, third, fourth, 12 billion generation. So that's my problem. You got the iPad A16 is going to get the next update, and the iPad 9th generation later will also get the update. iPad Mini A17 Pro will get the update. iPad Mini 6. See, this is my problem, Apple. You're confusing. People don't understand this jargon. There's a lot of people getting concerned that certain versions of iPad. Oh, how come this one gets it but this one doesn't? It's because it's how you word it. So yeah, you've made it very confusing. That's something I'd recommend you work on for next time. Just condense it down so people can realise. Okay, so this generation and up. That's very convoluted and confusing for people. WatchOS. Now this is to me the interesting one. And I believe this Siri AI update is the reason why a lot of Apple Watch models are losing support. So you got smart widget feature with one hand using a single tap gesture. Get to your Go apps faster with the new dynamic app grid. So they've changed the layout. Workout Buddy keeps you motivated with new insight from fitness data. Irregular, so that's something to do with women's health. Get your AI assistant more personal, more powerful. Just ask Siri. Take action in the apps. Tap into broad world knowledge. Introducing the Siri app, a new dynamic grid layout, so the change in the design on the Apple Watch. Spend most of your time in heart rate zone 2. New Workout Buddy insights. Workout Buddy with your iPhone nearby. Even more accurate miles for indoor runs and walks. Workout Buddy in Spanish and the menopause. So OS improves every little detail. So from deeper refinements, the Apple Watch is more responsive and easy to use. Such as smart stack suggestions to bring you relevant during the call. So you get New tap gesture, new smart stack suggestion will introduce you to Find My App. Design refinements. Get relevant information on while on call. General improvements. Much more, the Wallet app. So watch iOS 27 requires an iPhone 11 or later, or iPhone SE second generation later with iOS 27. So, interesting is, so you're going to have the Apple Watch. So these are the supported models. So anything less than, so an Apple Watch Series 8 and lower is dropped. So I got the Apple Watch SE 2, so I won't be getting the update. And do I plan on buying a new Apple Watch? Probably not anytime soon, because I've got other bills to worry about. As much as I need. I know it's a bit annoying because I only bought that a couple of years ago. Because I only bought that because my Apple Watch Series 4 lost support. So yeah, so I'm not going to waste money on another one at the moment because I don't really need all the tech features. I just use it to check my use the Apple Pay sometimes, but I also use it to you know, do my workouts and stuff. But I'm assuming it's not getting the updates because of this new Siri and that. So that's WatchOS 7. So that's the biggest version where a lot of devices have been dropped support. You got Vision OS, which I don't have. I'm not too interested in the Vision OS because I haven't got one because I can't afford one, and I'm at the moment my next Apple product I wanted to save up and buy is a new Mac. So I can replace this M1 Mac Mini. So it's pretty much similar to the others with the new redesign. New curved windows. Turn panoramas into spatial scenes. It's pretty cool what you can do on it. Share your Mac screen on it. And it supports, yeah, and you got your Apple Intelligence. And I believe also, let's see if I can go to, so Apple, I believe, dropped support for the first, so the 4th and 5th generation Apple TV. So that's the Apple TV HD and the first iteration of the Apple TV 4K. So they've dropped support for them. So they won't be getting macOS 27, which I'm going to have to replace the one in the dining room, but I'm not in a rush to do that. But anyway, guys, so I just want to say thank you all for watching. Bye for now, and I'll see you in the next video.